So looking at the amplifiers, the better this number, 3%, 4%, whatever it is actually makes the XENFT more expensive. This is OpenSea, and when I wake up, I look at few numbers. So I look at the total items. So this first one is 9,000 XENFTs, which is pretty great. Then I look at the owners. So you can see that it's about 3,000 owners.
Yeah.
And it looks like on average, three NFTs per person. So it's actually pretty good. It's not like people are finding it haphazardly. Whoever gets into the XENFTs, they're actually want to get a few of them.
Yeah. Now, one thing I want to ask about that 9,000 number, that's not 9,000 for sale. That's the amount of XENFTs that are on the blockchain. Is that correct, or am I wrong?
You're right. It's the total XENFTs created on the blockchain. Now 462. You can see it right here. 5%. They're listed for sale.
And the floor price has gone up quite a bit on those.
Floor price does not really matter, and let me explain why. So there's many of those really inexpensive Ruby XENFTs, and when you click on one, you can see why it's inexpensive. It's just one VMU. One VMU means one wallet. And those guys are extremely cheap to create. It's about like $10 to make it. That's it. So because there's most of these NFTs are of the Ruby class, you can see that the floor price is being dominated, and that's why I don't usually look at the floor price. What I look at? I look at the activity. So.
Yeah. Well, what's interesting is for one of my demos, I went to mint a Ruby today, and because Gwei was like 70 at the time, it was going to be $47 to mint that Ruby. So, at some point in time, a 0.007 ETH buy on a Ruby could be a darn good deal.
Right. So let's take a look at the last sale 5 minutes ago, literally. So this is a Centurion, and it's been sold for almost 0.8 ETH, wow. $1,257, and that was 5 minutes ago. Now I know
how low was the I don't want to say rank on that, but what is it called? The rarity.
So the rarity is all listed in those properties.
Yeah.
So you can see that the term is for 140 days. The interesting part here is that currently there's the early adoption amplifier in Zen, and it's set to be at about 2%, but this guy is 3%. So whoever made this NFT made it relatively early, and therefore they locked in a better amplifier right here. So looking at the amplifiers, the better this number, 3%, 4%, whatever it is actually makes this NFT more expensive. So it burns 0 Zen because this one is the collectible class. But it looks like a lot of people like these because they embed 128 VMUs. Now I know that it cost that actually we can actually see how much money the person has spent on this NFT minting it. So they sold it for, so let's look at the sale price again. So they sold it for $1,257. You can see it right here. Right. And then this Busaba person sold it to FE6436.
Sure.
So if we click on the Busaba, so that's the Busaba right there. Okay. And looks like he has another one right here. And this one is Sapphire. A bunch of other NFTs. So clearly this person is an NFT collector. Now let's look at the let's look at the Etherscan to see when they actually minted that NFT. Oh, that's the wrong thing. Actually, so registered right there, boom. So that's, and then we'll look at the ERC721. So let's see when they really minted that Centurion. So you can see that it looks like they've been minting, and in some cases they've been buying.
Yeah.
So you can see that this person sold the same XENFT 11008 and 7 minutes ago. So if we click here, we can actually see that this is the amount of dollars that has been transferred.
It's a little small for me. What was that? How much? What was the Gwei when you did that?
1,256. So it's the same as the as we saw on the OpenSea. And so if we go back and if we look at the token ID, so I actually found it right here where he minted it. So he minted it 20 days ago. So he was the XENFT OG. Now let's see how much money he paid for it, right? So that's interesting because he spent money to mint it and then he sold it. We know how much money he made.
Right.
Now let's see how much it cost him. So we're clicking here and let's try to zoom in. So this is the mint cost, $554. And you can see this NFT is the same ID. So this person minted.
Actually, click on that because it'll tell us what it cost at the time.
That's the cost at the time right here.
Oh, you already adjusted it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so...
No, that's what it cost at the time.
Oh, this one, right?
Yeah.
Right. So cost at the time is $416.
Yeah. So if he bought if he bought 0.348 ETH on the day he minted that, it only cost him $416.
Right. So 416, and right here we see him selling it. So he sold it for $1,256.
Hey, $800 in profit.
That's a triple.
Right.
200%. So that's the beautiful thing about XENFTs is that Zen trades on Uniswap and a bunch of other exchanges. However, you can actually make pretty good return on minting XENFTs cheaper and then potentially selling them because information on chain doesn't lie. It definitely happened. So happy for this person getting this done. Now let's go back to activity. So here's another one. This one is sold for $852, and that's 22 minutes ago. So the trading is happening, and we can see $700, $800, $500, $800. So you can see that those Zen torrents, the Zenturians, are being sold rapidly or traded rapidly. And this is where you can actually see the total dollars or ETH exchanged hands on the day. So we're looking at 60 sales yesterday and 17 sales today. But days before, it was like 10, 10, 6, 7, 5. So you can see that those gray bars jumped.
Yeah.
So this is a very interesting way to look at the ecosystem from the perspective of the NFTs. And then if you guys are getting into NFTs and trying to learn more about it, then what better way of doing this than minting this NFT with your gas money and then not necessarily needing to buy it. You can then put it up for sale and see if people buy it from you.
Yeah.